Ayo, yo, hey, it's the best of vibes. It's the best
Oh,
of
hey there,
vibes.
mate.
Yeah, not too bad. Yourself?
Yeah, not too bad. Pretty shitty weather here today, but it's been alright. So,
Yeah, it's been the same here. What have you been getting up to?
not much really. Just had a fair bit of footy going on. Obviously, got finals and stuff coming up soon. So pretty excited for that. But then, yeah, obviously just got school and all that to finish. Obviously in year 12 now, so it's pretty serious times. But no, it's been enjoying it, mate. So can't really complain.
Yeah, nice. Yeah. Yeah, so
You at school?
we're on school holidays at the moment. So
Oh, really?
yeah, we went on school holidays. What is it? Friday. Yeah, last week, the end of last week.
Oh, hell good, dude. Is that 2 weeks? Is it just like usual?
Yeah, just 2 weeks.
Yeah,
Yeah,
nice.
sweet.
Love
We're
it. So
actually
you guys obviously aren't playing any footy or anything at the moment, are you?
we're still in lockdown. So
Are you guys still in like stages and stuff like that?
yeah, so Zach, because he lives in country Victoria, he'd be stage 3, I think it is. And
Oh,
because I
really?
live in more suburban Victoria, I'm stage
Yeah,
4,
yeah.
so I can't go out for longer than an hour. So
Jeez, that's no, yeah. I've been talking to my manager a fair bit, and he's based in Melbourne, and he's having obviously the same troubles you blokes having with all that lockdown stuff going on. But no, it's obviously pretty difficult for you guys there.
yeah, yeah, we're lucky to get you on actually, because we had another guest. I don't know if you saw. We had him lined up, ready to go. We had Miles Bergman from Port Adelaide.
Oh yeah. No, I did say that.
Yeah, and then he cancelled on us last minute. So you were in talks with us when we were in talks with Miles as well. So we're lucky to get you on for that. So
Yeah, nice. No, thanks for having me, boys. Appreciate it.
yeah, no worries. I guess I'll just get started while we're waiting for Zach then.
There you go, mate.
I just got a few notes on my phone, so um, yeah, obviously we don't really have any idea of how we're doing things because we've never
No,
done this
you're right.
before. This is our first episode, so
Oh, no, crazy. No, like I said, thanks for having me, you guys. I'm sure you guys do a good job. I mean, we're doing pretty good. So.
yeah. If you hear me dogs in the background, don't mind them. They'll go crazy and
No,
it means
you're
me dad will
right,
get
mate.
them.
No, you're right. Don't stress.
I guess my first question is, how'd the cup final go the other day for school?
For school,
Yeah,
yeah, it was obviously pretty surreal being able to just being able to have the opportunity to play, and that obviously with all the coronavirus stuff going on, it was obviously a great atmosphere with PAC and Henley, two big rival schools. That unfortunately, we didn't get the win in the end, but it was great experience, like I said, and obviously playing with your school friends, all the boys you go to school with, and then obviously playing footy against other schools, is a great experience. So yeah, like I said, didn't get the win, but it was good fun. So.
yeah, too easy. I saw on Into the Fire with LJ. I watched that interview that you had. You're an only child. Is that true?
Yeah. So I'm an only child. So I'm based in country South Australia, and York Peninsula, nice, by the water. But yeah, it's good growing up there. But obviously moved down to Adelaide now for footy. So yeah, been enjoying it. So it's good.
Yeah, you're the same as me. I'm an only child. So
Oh really?
yeah. With that, would you rather have a sibling or do you prefer being an only child?
I reckon probably having a sibling or two would probably be good, especially growing up having a brother or a sister to kick the footy with would probably be better than your dad or whatnot. But no, it
Yeah,
was obviously like I said, a great experience kicking out in the back by yourself for most of the time. But yeah, it was probably a brother wouldn't have been too bad. But yeah, it is what it is.
yeah. Because when I get asked that question a fair bit. Um,
Yeah.
he, I'm just stuck on the fence. I don't know. One time I'll answer, yeah, I prefer a sibling, and then others I'm like, yeah, I'd rather stay an only child.
Yeah, literally. Yeah, I know
Okay.
sometimes it can probably be good being by yourself, but then other times, you probably miss out on having the opportunity, like I said, kick the footy with a brother or whatnot, but it is what it is, I guess, so
Yeah, Zach's jumping in now. So,
too easy.
um, was football the only sport you wanted to play when you were younger?
Yeah, I know, I've grown up always, kicking a footy around and obviously going through all my Oz kick or whatnot, playing footy, so it's, yeah, definitely been a dream of mine to play AFL, so yeah, it's definitely been my main sport for me, so
Yeah, not too easy. Welcome, Zach.
Hello, how's it going, mate?
hey mate, how are you?
Yeah, pretty good. Yourself?
Yeah, good, thanks mate.
And like the mullet.
Yeah, thanks, mate. No, I've just been working on it for a year or two now, so it's coming along nice. So
Yeah, no, that's nice, man. I'm gonna hit you with a easy one. Like through like your whole experience with footy and all that sort of stuff, who's been like the AFL player and all that you've looked up to?
I reckon probably Marcus Bonampelli is a big one. You know, he obviously can play both outside and inside mid. You know, similar to me. And, you know, has a nice left foot kick, which I sort of like to base my game around. So I definitely like to watch his style of play. And you know, yeah, like I said, base my game off him. So yeah, he's definitely a great player. So hopefully he can go deep into the finals. So
Yeah, nice.
Bloody oath.
I saw you were a Geelong fan.
yeah,
Geelong fan
Geelong
growing up in Adelaide.
Yeah, always growing up going for Geelong. Most of my family goes for the Cats over here, which is a bit weird. But no, obviously sort of like a few of their players growing up, so sort of, you know, followed the family tradition. But no, they were, you know, great teams. So
Yeah, nice. I'll let you guys that. Go.
So far, what's been the biggest struggle, like injury-wise or anything like that?
I've been pretty fortunate enough with injuries, actually. You know, growing up, really only had dislocated fingers or whatnot. Never really had a real long-term injury. I mean, the real problem is probably, yeah, just like I said, you know, a few dislocated fingers here and there, but nothing real serious to take me out of the game for a long time. So yeah, been pretty fortunate enough with that side of things, which is good. So
Yeah, that's the way. That's fucking lucky. I wish I could cop that.
What's it like with the media surrounding you heading into the NBA draft? Not NBA, AFL, sorry.
No, I wish it was the NBA, but nah. I mean, obviously, you know, guess all that media attention that you get, sort of being, you know, a prospect can be quite challenging for some people. You know, I sort of just try to stay away from all them articles or whatnot, and just focus on playing my style of footy. And then obviously, you know, if I'm fortunate enough to get drafted, then, you know, just try not to worry about it too much. And then yeah, just try sort of just white noise and just try to block it out. And yeah, like I said, just play my style of footy and you just play my game and not try to worry about it too much. So
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, not bad. All right. Well, this is going to be a tough one because I don't know if you really want to say anything. But like, if you could choose any sort of team, like in the future or anything like that, what would be the team that you would like love to play for?
I mean, I obviously love to stay home in South Australia, so either one of them two teams. But, you know, like I said earlier, you know, growing up going for the Cats, I'd probably, you know, definitely wouldn't mind, you know, going to the Hoops one time if I was fortunate enough to get drafted. You know, they're a great team, but, you know, like I said, I guess, you know, any of the 18 clubs, you know, I'll be pretty stoked with. You know, they're all just playing AFL would be good in general. So yeah, definitely, you know, either the Cats will stay home. So
With that, who's your pick to win the flag out of the teams in the final?
I reckon Richmond this year. I reckon, you know, sort of came up as the underdog this year. Not many people rated them, but, you know, I reckon they'll come unstuck in the finals and they'll go off. So I reckon they'll go all the way. Either the Tigers or the Cats. I reckon that'll be the decider. So
I don't think me and Zach would eat doggy fans of those two. I'm a Collingwood supporter, Zach's a Melbourne supporter, so.
no, I mean,
Yeah,
I've
had a rough life.
These obviously aren't doing too good this year. So
I'm happy with our bloody old Australian picks, but I can't be mad with that. Bloody, yeah. All right. What's your thoughts like overall, like on the top 8 and all that sort of stuff? Like, do you reckon any team's got like, or even All-Star, not All-Star, the All Australian picks and all that sort of stuff? Do you reckon anyone got robbed? Because I've seen some controversial things about it.
I know I was reading an article about it today. Actually, I reckon probably Jacob Weeding and, you know, the likes of Dan Butler are probably the ones that got robbed the most. You know, they probably got overlooked by some, you know, some A-grade midfielders that probably just took their spot in the end. But yeah, definitely Weeding and Dan Butler, I reckon, were the ones that were robbed the most. And probably, yeah, I know the top 8. Also, I know your boys, the D's, probably wouldn't mind being in there. I know the Doggies probably took their spot, but I think the top 8 sort of shaped up, you know, pretty well in the end. There weren't really many teams that probably shouldn't have made it in the end. So, pretty happy with the final series. Hopefully it's a good one. But yeah, see what happens there. So
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
On a more positive note rather than serious, what's your funniest or best football-related or not story in your whole career or your whole lifetime, I guess?
I'll probably just think probably just the best probably story for me on the field is probably just winning the flag. Last year with my boys with the Eagles in the under 18s, I was playing as a bottom major, so probably definitely learned off the likes of, Mikey Frederick and, showing all that throughout that year. And then obviously, went all the way to win the flag, which was, a great experience. And obviously got up and about with the boys for a while then. But yeah, it's definitely been a great memory in mine. So hopefully can, go back to back this year and obviously see what happens. So
Yeah, nice. That's Mikey Frederick at Fremantle now, yeah?
yeah, Mikey Frederick. And then obviously you got Harry Schoenberg playing at the Crows, and then they're the two main ones. And then Josh Morris at Hawks. So we had a fair few A-grade AFL, potentials that, were lucky enough to get drafted this year. So, or last year, sorry. So, it was great team. So, had plenty of fun. So,
Frederick's nearly become a cult figure already at Freo. I love it.
Yeah, I know he's been great. He's definitely ones that has improved the most. For me, he's obviously a great player last year, and then was fortunate enough to get taken. They just definitely used his opportunity while he was at the club, and obviously playing close to every game now since he got selected in whatever round it was. It definitely learned a lot of him, so I wouldn't mind playing with him at ease, but that's life. So
yeah, nice.
Oh. All right. Well, I want to know something. Out of every team that you've played, what one has to be one of the hardest, most challenging teams?
I reckon probably South Adelaide last year. I reckon we played them a few times, and they were the only teams apart from Glenelg that beat us both times. We went into the final series with probably like a 10-game winning streak or something, and they were the only ones that beat us. So I know we played them in the grand final, which we were a bit nervous for, but we sort of just went out and played our style of footy and not letting them worry us too much. But the likes of Jason Horn, young prospects that were playing for them last year, they were a great team, and they're obviously good this year with all their young talent coming through like Phoenix Spicer and all that. So hopefully play them in the final series, and hopefully we can go all the way and so see what happens.
Yeah, nice.
Which AFL level player are you most looking forward to playing on if you get drafted?
There's so many. You obviously, if you're not playing for Geelong, you got lining up. You could be lining up against Paddy Dangerfield or someone like that in the midfield. So that's obviously pretty scary to think about. But I know if I'm fortunate enough to get drafted, then that's definitely an opportunity that I would take up, and hopefully won't do too bad at. So definitely, Paddy Dangerfield or like Nat Fyfe or someone like that. So
Yeah, nice.
Nice. This draft class that just went in through the AFL, who do you reckon was the best player that debuted this season?
I reckon probably you obviously got Matt Rao and Noah Anderson. The friends that are at Gold Coast at the moment. But, I reckon Will Day's definitely gone underrated this year. At Hawks. Came from West Adelaide last year. He was definitely a great defender. I know I stood him a few times in the finals or whatnot. So definitely think Daisy's gone unnoticed this year. It's probably stiff not to get any higher in the NAB Rising Star votes. But he's definitely one that's come out and shown his potential alongside with Mikey Frederick and players like that as well. So
yeah, nice.
I guess when we were talking about Frederick before becoming a cult figure, do you reckon you could become a cult figure? And would you like to, like how Bailey Smith did with his mullet? He just became known as the mullet, I guess.
I wouldn't mind getting a bit the attention, but it doesn't really bother me in the end. I know playing AFL is sort of a reward in itself. So obviously being a cult figure wouldn't be too bad. But sort of just focus on playing footy and playing games. Training hard and just impressing the coaches and players. I guess if I get in there. So
yeah.
Jack, what's some hobbies of yours? Yeah.
Well, when I was living in the country, loved going out for a fish or whatnot, going for a swim with the boys, and just sort of staying outdoors. But I know, since I moved to Adelaide, just sort of everything to do with the boys. Have a kick with them. Just love my boys. So just like to get out and about with the friends. So definitely big hobbies of mine. So
obviously you guys were in lockdown before us, and you guys were already out. What was your go-to thing to do during lockdown?
Well, there weren't too many things we could do actually. I think probably just playing. I live with a roommate, Zach Phillips. He's the ruckman at Eagles at the moment. We sort of just played a fair bit of 2K on the PS4. So just got the boys over. Had a few tournaments. So definitely got us through the lockdown period pretty well. So
yeah, nice. 2K is always the go-to.
Yeah,
exactly. Have you been playing the new 2K?
No, I haven't got it yet. I don't know if it's haven't heard too many good ratings about it from people that do have it. But I might get it in the future. But yeah, doubt it. So
Yeah, no, the jump shot meter's a bit messed up this year. And
yeah, I heard I don't know. It's got like something in the middle or whatnot. I'm not really too sure. But yeah, I heard it's not that good. But yeah, that's lost.
Yeah. You want to do anything else?
Yeah, I'm just trying to find a question that I haven't asked yet. Your
No,
girlfriend dobbed you into the podcast. She mentioned you in our story and told us to put you on.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know how
Yeah.
she found us, but she did.
I don't know.
Did you
I
have
don't
anything?
know either.
Did you have
Oh,
anything to
sorry?
do with that? Or
No, I wasn't even too sure. And then you guys mentioned me or commented on my photo, and then I seen you guys' stories, and it said Kayla Poulter, and I was just wondering. I wonder if one of the boys stitched me up or what. And then I went to her house that night, and she told me that she wrote my name down. So I wasn't complaining, but she just always done things like that, I guess. So yeah, but no, she tries to be funny. She loves to be funny sometimes, but yeah.
yeah, I was trying to figure out a way to get to you, and I saw you posted, so I thought I'll just comment and see what we can get back. And obviously, she went and mentioned you in our story, so too easy.
No, I can't complain.
Yeah, no, fuck. So you're only 18, yeah? Like that age sort of thing. Shut up. So I know that it's going to be it's a struggle with playing like against bigger boys and all that. But did you ever play up levels? Like, from understanding.
Yeah, I mean, when I was playing before the Eagles sort of stuff happened, I was sort of playing local footy. I was playing at A grade since I was probably about 15 years old. So sort of experienced them and big bodies pretty early in my career. And then obviously this year having the opportunity to go up and play a bit of Resi's footy and a bit of Resi's footy for a few games, which was good. I mean, there's not much different from 18s. It's probably just a bit faster and a bit bigger bodies. But yeah, I guess when you got there, you're probably nervous for the first game, and then you adapt to it pretty quickly. So yeah, it's been a good experience this year. Just looking forward to see what happens next year and what on. So yeah.
Yeah. You did represent South Australia, I saw. That's true, yeah?
Yeah.
So I'm not
last year.
messing up my question and getting it completely wrong.
You're right.
How was that, representing your state?
Yeah, it was a great experience. Obviously, probably didn't play as good as what I would have wanted to. But the opportunity to go to Perth and Gold Coast or whatnot was great, and obviously learning off elite facilities and elite coaches and whatnot was definitely fast tracked my improvement for this year especially. So yeah, it was obviously like I said, a great experience. So
yeah, no, that's fair.
Now I've got to try and figure out a question because I think I've asked pretty much everything that I could even think of. All right. How long have you and your girlfriend been together for? That's a good question.
We've been together for about 4 months now. I better get it right just in case she rips shreds off me if she watches it. Yeah, about 4 months. So it's pretty. It feels like longer, but yeah, it's been about 4 or 5 months. So it's been good. So.
Yeah, I got a bit of a laugh out of it. I shared our post to my personal story, and then I went into your account through that, and I saw all my friends who are girls just start following you. And
Oh really? No, I reckon I did get a few followers off that. So yeah, obviously not complaining about getting a few more followers to my name, but no, it's lost. Can't really complain.
I got a good laugh out of it because none of them were guys; they were all just girls. I just thought that was funny.
Yeah, literally. No, that's good. I love it.
Any story behind your mullet, and does the girlfriend approve? Because I know Zach's girlfriend doesn't approve of his mullet, so.
No, I mean, I guess Zach's. I wouldn't worry about the girlfriends if they don't improve. But no, she doesn't mind it. There's no real story behind it. I know just last year sort of got like a bit longer than a bit shorter than what it is now, and yeah, just decided to keep growing it, and then yeah, ever since then it's been cutting the sides and cutting the top, and then yeah, sort of just flown out now. So yeah, just flops in the wind. So yeah, no real story, but no, I think it'll be staying here for a while. Yeah, yeah, my missus approves of it, so yeah, can't really complain.
Yeah, nice.
And are you going to keep growing that mullet or not? You're going to
No, I reckon I'll keep growing. I don't mind it. It's probably look about 10 years younger without it. So I'm definitely stay on me. So yeah.
Yeah, no, Zach and I are thinking of cutting our mullets off at the end of September.
Oh really?
Yeah, we did ours for charity, so we're kind of looking at doing something else.
Nah, it's good, boys. Love it. Nah, I wouldn't mind. Nah, I'll definitely keep growing mine. See how long I can get. So yeah.
Does it ever annoy you?
Um, I have to put a fair bit of hair gel in before games. Otherwise, if a bit of wind gets caught behind it, she'll get in my mouth. But no, I don't mind. It's usually just stays behind my shoulders or whatnot. So no, it's pretty good. So can't complain.
Yeah, mine gets on my nerves that much. Like mine's not as long as yours, but sometimes I just tie mine up because I get sick of it.
Yeah, I know sometimes I've got a hair tie with me, so I usually tie mine up if it gets annoying. But yeah, it's not too bad. Get used to it after a while. So yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah. All right. What has so far been your favourite thing that you've done on the footy field, like screamer or anything like that?
Probably just I don't know. This year, I know on Tuesday against PAC kicked a not too bad goal. Just I don't really know how it went, so just put it on the boot and the wind took us out. That wasn't too bad. And then yeah, took a few nice marks this year. So yeah, probably them ones are the most. But you know, I just like sort of finding the footy and using it well. So that's definitely one for me as well. So.
AFL evolution type stuff with that goal. Just chuck it on the boot and hope it goes the right way.
Yeah, literally, I know playing AFL Evolution, you just hold triangle or whatever, and goes wherever it wants. So but yeah, it was sort of similar to that pretty much. But yeah, I can't complain. Went through the big sticks. So.
I guess with that, my question is, if the game was on the line, would you rather kick a goal after the siren or lay a massive tackle to win the game?
I'd probably rather kick a goal, I reckon. I sort of like, especially for school footy, you don't mind to be a bit of a crowd pleaser with a goal. So yeah, wouldn't mind kicking a goal and getting around with the boys and the crowd a bit. So yeah, definitely a goal, I reckon.
What would your go-to celebration be? Surely it's into the fire celebration that LJ gave you.
Oh yeah, it probably would be, to be honest. I'm not really much of a celebrator, so yeah, that's probably the only one in my bag of tricks. So I'm usually pretty serious. Usually just kick goal and walk back to the centre. So yeah, I think LJ, I think I'll definitely use that one. So yeah, he's taught me all I need to know. So yeah, can't really complain.
Yeah, nice.
What's your pre-game routine and all that sort of stuff?
Yeah, so pre-game routine sort of starts now because I've got a game tomorrow. So probably just eat spaghetti, eat dinner with my roommate, drink plenty of water, and yeah, obviously get a good night's sleep, and then wake up and yeah, just sort of get changed and go to the game. Don't really have too many pre-game rituals, just like to sort of be on time and have all my things sort of organised and food ready for me, so I'm not waiting around or whatnot. So yeah, I'm pretty with that. So yeah.
With pre-game rituals, does anyone in your team have a really weird one that you don't understand why they do it?
Not really, to be honest. None of my teammates are really that weird to have a real bad one. I don't know if you eat bananas for a game, but that's pretty usual, and or whatnot. But no, we're all pretty usual and just not as weird with rituals like that. So yeah.
Yeah, I've seen a few AFL players just have weird pre-game rituals, like they've got to eat 3 bowls of spaghetti before they get to the game or something like that.
Yeah, it's weird. I mean, no, I've never been one to have a ritual sort of just like being organised, I guess. But no, it's all good fun. So
yeah.
Would you rather lose a game by a point or get absolutely smacked silly?
I'd probably rather get smacked silly, to be honest. I know Tuesday's game was pretty close. We ended up losing by 10 or 15 points, but yeah, I'd rather probably lose by 100 than 1 point. It's pretty tough walking off the field when you just lost 5 points. Yeah, I'd rather get smacked by 150, I reckon, any day. So yeah.
Yeah.
If you could bring back any player from past or present, that didn't really make sense what I said, but if you could play with any player past or present, who would you play with and why?
I can probably play with maybe someone like Gary Ablett Senior or something like that. He's obviously a great forward. I know if I was playing midfield, he'd be the one I want to kick it to. So I know he can kick, bags of 12 or whatnot. So yeah, he's definitely a reliable person for my team. So yeah, definitely him the most. So yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Out of every in the forward line in the AFL sort of thing, who do you reckon has the worst forward line? That's going to be a tough one because yeah.
The worst forward line, I reckon. I don't know much about North Melbourne, but I don't know if I rate him too much. You know, I like the team obviously, but I don't know. But I know they got Ben Brown, but he hasn't been having a very good year this year. But yeah, I haven't really heard much about their forward line, so I'll probably have to say them, I reckon. So
They don't have a team anymore. Just cleaned them all out.
yeah, literally. No, I know they want to trade. Well, they're thinking about trading Ben Brown for someone else, or maybe even Sean Higgins leaving. So yeah, they don't really know who they're gonna have left. But yeah.
Would you guys do you reckon Geelong would like to take Sean Higgins? And would you like to take him?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind him, to be honest. He's obviously a great player, and he'd definitely probably help our midfield a fair bit. But we already have a fair few midfielders, outside mids or whatnot. So I don't know if we'd be able to fit him in every week. But no, he's obviously a great player. So I know wherever he ends up, he'll be happy with. So
Yeah, nice.
Just want to know, what's it like when you're going out on the ground and you're playing like a hard team? Is it like when the nerves kick in? What do you do just to help pace yourself?
Well, I try not to think about the other team too much. I know there was a few teams in my 16th year and obviously last year that we probably didn't want to burst, but I know we sort of just focus on our team the most and getting the win for us instead of worrying about who they got or what players they have the most. So sort of just focus on us, I guess, to try and get their nerves away. So
Yep.
What would you say to any young kids who are trying to push themselves to get into the league?
Probably just always try your hardest. Probably obviously go into every training and game with your best foot forward. Just have a positive mindset. Everywhere you go, and just never give up because if you keep trying and keep being competitive every week, then it will happen. Opportunities will come your way. So yeah, definitely the things I take the most, and obviously having gratitude. Always try your hardest and stuff like that, and obviously being resilient as well. So yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Have you been keeping up with the NBA?
Yeah, I have been actually. I know me and the boys get on it a fair bit. And obviously, watch a bit at school, which probably isn't the best thing to do. But no, it's been pretty good at the moment. So it's been a few weird teams playing at the moment, aren't they? I know Denver are probably lucky to get where they are.
What do you think about Denver?
Yeah, they're pretty lucky to get where they are. I reckon they've been a few teams coming 3-1 down, but I know they're 3-1 down at the moment. I reckon so. They might pull off an upset, but I reckon it'll be Miami and Lakers in the final. I reckon for sure.
Yep.
So,
Who do you support in the NBA?
I used to go for Philly, but then I don't know. They sort of went to crap. So I don't really have a team at the moment, but I'm sort of rooting for the Heat to win it. I like Lakers with LeBron and all that, but I like the underdogs the most. So yeah, definitely the Heat. But I know Philly. I used to get bullied a fair bit when I used to go for Philly, but yeah, that's life.
Zach still does.
Still get bullied.
You got to jump on the Hawks, man. Yeah, go.
Phillies, man?
Yeah, I'm a Philly fan.
Yeah, I only just noticed a hat before I said, but yeah, they weren't too good this year. Well, I know that. Do they even make playoffs? I wasn't even following.
Yeah, they made the playoffs, but absolutely swept. Ben Simmons for the whole thing.
No surprise there, but yeah, well, but no, hopefully the Heat can take it out, but I don't reckon they will. I reckon Lakers will win it with ease. So
you got to jump on the Hawks bandwagon with me, the up and coming team.
The Hawks bandwagon.
Yeah.
I don't know about that one. Maybe I reckon I'd rather go for the Pelicans or something like that than the Hawks. But
you have no idea how excited I got when I was working the other day and someone walked in with an Atlanta hat on. I thought I'm the only person in Australia to go for Atlanta. I was over the moon.
Yeah, well, you're probably the first person I've actually heard that goes for the Hawks. So yeah, you're pretty lucky with that fan base. But yeah, I'd probably rather go for the Knicks or someone. So
Yeah. I was pretty similar to you. I went for the Spurs.
If LeBron actually takes it out this year, do you reckon he's classified as a GOAT? Greatest to ever play the game?
Yeah, for sure. He didn't even receive that many MVP votes, I don't reckon.
There we go. Is he back?
Sorry,
there he goes.
What's being said since I disconnected? Just so I'm up to date with everything.
And I just asked if you thought LeBron would be classified as the GOAT if he wins the championship.
Yeah.
And
what do you reckon?
Yeah, I reckon whether he wins it or not, he's still the GOAT, still one of the best to ever play the game. So yeah, definitely whether he wins it or not, he's still the best. So.
Do you think Scottie Pippen should be up there in the GOAT conversation?
Maybe. I don't really even know that much about him, to be honest. I only started following basketball not that long ago, so I don't really know too much about him. But I've heard his name a few times. I heard he's not too bad. So yeah,
Yeah,
mate.
that's
I'll
fair
just say yeah. I'll just say yes.
I have a very random question for you.
Yeah.
If you went into a pub with your mates and you had 2 minutes to order something to eat and something to drink, what would you order and why?
Definitely go to chicken schnitzel with Diane gravy. You know, that's my go-to pub meal whenever I go with my parents or with the boys or whatnot for a counter meal. And I probably just get a Coke or a water or something like that. Not really one to drink beer, so yeah, definitely just a Coke, I reckon. So
Yeah, nice.
Well, that was one of my questions, Jack. All right. What's the weather like up there at the moment? Actually, I actually want to know that.
it's really bad at the moment. It's probably feels about 5 degrees at the moment. So yeah, it's windy, it's rainy, it's cloudy, no sun. So it's no good, but sort of good. At least we're not on lockdown though, so can't really complain.
Yeah. No, we copped some big amount of snow up this way where I live.
So you guys getting snow up your way, are you?
I'm not. Zach is.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I live too close to the city to cop snow. It sucks.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's cold here.
Without injury and assuming you play every game in the AFL, how many games do you think you can play? You're capable of?
I don't know. I think everyone's probably capable of playing the same amount of games. You know, sort of just how they sort of put their best foot forward. You know, when they get into an AFL clubs, you know, anyone, you know, the best player in the league can only play 50 games. You know, depending on how his mindset is, and then you know probably the worst player can play 300. So sort of just all differs on how you go when you're in the club. But you know, I'm hoping if I do get the opportunity to be drafted, you know, I know one game will be amazing. But you know, just trying to build a career out of that. So maybe like, I don't know, in the few hundreds would definitely be a big goal of mine. So, well, that's long-term goals. So yeah, want to try to get drafted first, but yeah, before I think about that, but yeah.
Go up there with Scott Pendlebury in the 300s.
Oh no, I wish. Never know
that. The man himself, the GOAT.
Yeah.
Why did you choose to come on our podcast? I guess that's a really big question.
Well, I know you guys have just gotten started, and obviously, you know, I probably won't. You know, I know you guys against bigger podcasts. Some people may not go on it, but I definitely like to give everyone the opportunity. You guys are obviously great bunch of boys. So yeah, obviously just give you guys an opportunity and you know just jump on and yeah, you guys seem great. So yeah, I know you guys have a good career in podcasting if you keep up with it. So no, it's been a pretty good experience so far. So keep it up.
Yeah, thanks, mate.
Thank you. All right, I'm going to go back a couple of years. And this is about Geelong and Melbourne sort of thing. So you beat us by 1 point, two fucking games throughout the season. And then when it came to the finals and we beat you, like how did that feel?
Well, I mean, obviously it happens in footy. Obviously didn't really expect it to happen, I guess, but it happened and yeah, just move on. And obviously now we're finished second or third on the ladder, whatever it was, and you guys are ninth. So I guess that's sort of yeah. We're in finals and you guys aren't, so we can't really complain, can we?
Yeah.
I guess I'm the same as Zach. You guys broke mine and my dad's and my whole family's heart in 2011. So yeah, that felt pretty bad. How did you feel then?
No, I was cruising. I was pretty happy with it, to be honest. You know, obviously, I think I was with my family or something at the time watching the game, and I know I don't think we made it the year before. I know the Pies. I think they beat them in the draw. So yeah, we were pretty happy with it. Can't really complain. So hopefully we can do it again this year.
With the draw, do you reckon if there were 5 minutes on the clock, St Kilda would have won?
Yeah, for sure. You know, that's definitely the biggest unknown. You know, probably the AFL history. But I reckon if there was time on that day, Saints were in some good form that day. So I reckon they would have took it out with these. So.
Yeah, I can't lie. I don't really remember it because I was only young. But even watching back the highlights, I can safely say that if there were 5 minutes left, St Kilda would have got us.
Yeah, St Kilda would have won. They would have took it away with these. So.
Yeah.
I know like Gary Ablett and all that and all the older players, they're on their way out. Who do you think would be the best replacement for them?
There's obviously a fair few good midfielders coming through the draft ranks this year. You know, obviously got Elijah Hollins. I think he plays midfield, and obviously got heaps here like Luke Edwards and all that. So I definitely think there's some good SA prospects, and Tom Power as well. I can definitely fill the ranks of elite players like Gary Ablett or whatnot. So there's definitely a few from SA that I could name for sure. So
Yeah, nice. I had a question, but it's completely gone over my head now. If you could nominate or like get one person on this podcast after you, who would you be suggesting the podcast to?
So many. I reckon if you want, another Eagles boy, probably Taj Schofield or something like that, or Lockie Jones. But I know if you want to laugh, my roommate Zach Phillips can be pretty funny on a podcast, so you might want to text him through. But I know there's a fair few SA prospects like Powley or Luke Edwards and Riley Phillips, some real elite players that you could get on in the future. So yeah, I definitely recommend them the most. But all the SA prospects are great people. So yeah.
We actually sent Luke Edwards a message, but he never got back to us. So that's unfortunate. But
might have to next time I see him working, I might have to give him a hint to tell him to reply. But I'll get onto that for you boys. So
yeah, thanks, mate.
Yeah. All right. So you said before that you lived in the country sort of area. I'm guessing you lived on a bigger property, like a farm or anything like that.
It wasn't really a farm type of thing. It was sort of just like a house by the water. But yeah, it was surrounded by paddocks and land. So yeah, just call it the country. So
yeah. Did you ever ride dirt bikes or anything like that?
I know I had one when I was real little, but I never really got into dirt bikes. I know all my mates did. All my mates did back at home, so I used to ride with them or whatnot. But I was never really one to get into bikes or cars or anything. Just sort of play footy and just stay out and about. So
yeah.
A bit of another out there question, but if you made a book or a movie about your life, what would you call it?
Probably call it probably definitely my Snapchat. I got a private story on my Snapchat called The Life of Poulter. So definitely probably just call it that. Some real basic. I'm not really one to think of too much too fancy. So yeah, definitely that one I reckon. So
what would you title this episode of the podcast? Because I've got no idea for a title at the moment, to be completely honest with you.
No, I'm pretty useless. I'm pretty useless with it as well. I know I'm not really too smart with that, but I might have to let you guys know after the podcast. But have to let me think about that, I reckon. So
yeah, no, that's all right.
Oh, fuck. All right.
Just the awkward silence as we try to get nominated.
All right. So I know you play 2K and I'm guessing AFL Evolution. What other games do you play?
I've never really been too one to play a fair bit of PS4 or whatnot, but I know during lockdown, me and the boys got into Fortnite again, so I was sort of glued to that for a while, just taking in turns. But I was never real good at Fortnite until then bots came and I started winning games. So definitely them three the most. So
yep.
Yeah, nice. Is there any saying or quote that you like to live by?
Not really. I know there's obviously I don't know if you guys know the Resilience Project. There's obviously a fair few quotes off of them that I've learned off that I've probably forgot now. But that book definitely taught me a lot about gratitude and resilience and whatnot. So I guess not really a quote as a whole, just sort of just the book in general. So
we're actually quite lucky they work with our school, so it's good.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know my teacher from my school got me onto it and doing a journal or whatnot as well. But it's been obviously a great experience, and I definitely recommend it for people at your school or people around Melbourne or whatnot as well. So
yeah, a lot of people have got around them in the last few months or weeks with lockdown.
Yeah, exactly. It's definitely good traits to have, I guess, especially during the lockdown period, having that gratitude or whatnot. So yeah.
Yeah. With the lockdown, did you put a lot of work into your game, like going down to the Oval and stuff like that?
Yeah, I'm pretty fortunate enough. I live across the road from an Oval, so I was going over there every day. It's really all you could do, I guess, on your own or in groups of 1 or 2. So I was definitely going over there with my roommate or whatnot, and yeah, just also hitting the gym. Sort of made a home gym back at home, so I was going in there every night. So I sort of came back after the lockdown period, fitter than what I was when I went into it. So I was pretty lucky, I guess. Sort of just put a fair bit of hard work, and it sort of just paid off, and that's why I think I'm playing all right footy at the moment. So
yeah, nice.
Is there any other sports that you would rather that you would play instead of footy?
Growing up, I played a lot of cricket, tennis, and basketball. But I was I was always a footy head. You know, I gave up all them sports ages ago just to concentrate on footy the most. But yeah, I definitely was sort of one to play as many sports as I can growing up, just to stay fit, especially during pre-season. So
Who was your inspiration growing up?
um, probably on the field, I'd probably say, you know, like I said before, Marcus Bonampelli and Dangerfield and all them type of players. Being obviously my parents and, you know, family members have been huge inspirations for me to get where I am now. Hopefully, just can take it all the way then and see what happens. So
Yeah, nice.
Wow. Fuck. I don't even know what else to ask. I've pretty much asked everything that I can think of.
nah, it's all good, mate.
If you got drafted,
There you go.
do you want to go? If you got drafted, would you like to stay home, or would you just, if you had the opportunity to say play for Port Adelaide or Geelong, would you rather stay at home or go straight to Geelong?
Obviously wouldn't mind staying home for you know, for family and friends and all that sort of stuff. You know, obviously I think I'd really enjoyed the experience of moving interstate and starting a sort of new chapter in my life. So, you know, although I wouldn't mind staying home, you know, I wouldn't mind going to a club like interstate or whatnot, at any state, as long as I'm playing footy on an AFL list. So, you know, that's pretty fortunate enough in itself. So
Yeah,
cool. About Port, what do you think of Zach Butters?
I reckon he's a good player. I reckon he's obviously developed a fair bit over time, and then yeah, obviously he was pretty lucky to make the 40-man All Australian squad. Just obviously stiff not to get him, but you know, he's definitely a great player, and I reckon he's going to be a fantastic player for the future. So,
And how about Trent Rivers?
I haven't really heard too much about him. I know he's probably one that goes under the radar a bit, but no, he's obviously played a few AFL games this year, and I think he kicked a nice goal as well. But no, he's definitely a great player for the D's, and yeah, he definitely can hopefully.
I'm just hoping we don't lose him.
Yeah, literally, I reckon he's from WA, I think, maybe.
Yeah,
so.
most of our young fellas are from WA, like Luke Jackson and Cozzy Pickett and all that sort of stuff. So I reckon they're going to leave us.
Hopefully they don't go home to the Eagles or Freo or something like that. But hopefully that homesickness type of thing doesn't come into it. So
yeah.
Who do you think is the most underappreciated player in the AFL?
Underappreciated. There's so many. You know, obviously got in the forward lines. You know, you got Dan Butler and all that you know was snubbed of the All Australian. And you know, Weeder and that's always been so solid in the back lines. But yeah, I definitely think them ones are the most. So, Mitch Duncan as well has definitely, and Cam Guthrie has performed over the years for the Cats. So yeah, definitely them ones the most that come off the top of my head. So.
Do you think Braden Maynard was snubbed at the back line?
I
wasn't happy about that at all.
It's always been a bit of a tricky one. He probably was snubbed, but you know, there's obviously only 6 positions in the back lines, and if there's probably 6 defenders that have been better than him, then he's obviously not going to get in. But yeah, I reckon he was probably snubbed a bit. Him and Weeder in the most. So
yeah.
How about Stephen May?
I don't reckon Stephen May. I reckon he probably hasn't had an All Australian year. Maybe next year though. See what happens. So.
At the end of the season, you did all right, but at the start it was a bit. How's it going? So,
yeah. I know. Yeah, started off a bit weak and then got stronger as the year went on. But no, I definitely don't think probably All Australian this year. So.
Yeah.
What or who do you think is going to be the biggest mover in the off season? So like going to a new club.
I reckon that's a tricky one. You obviously got heaps of players letting go, but I reckon obviously Ben Brown and Sean Higgins of Kangas probably won't be there next year, so I reckon they'll be on the move. And then, if I was going to go for a smoke here, I reckon probably. I don't even know. Maybe I reckon like Joe Danaher plays like that as well. But I don't reckon there's probably real big movers that want to leave at the moment. I think when the year finishes, and there'll be some big ones. But yeah, definitely players like that come off the top of my head. So yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Just want to know if there's anything else that we don't really know about you that you'd like to tell us.
Not really. I think I'm pretty energetic type of kid. You know, love the boys and all that sort of stuff. Love my footy. So yeah, sort of always been passionate for footy or whatnot. So yeah, pretty cruisy, laid back type of person. So
Yeah. Are you looking forward to the draft?
Yeah, it's obviously been a big wait with all this lockdown period stuff happening and not even being able to play footy, you know, a few months back. But, you know, been pretty grateful to have, you know, 14 rounds plus finals, and then obviously all that school footy and all that back up again. So, yeah, I think I'm pretty nervous for the draft. But, you know, I'm just trying to put my best foot forward until then happens. And, yeah, obviously see what happens. You know, fortunate enough if I do get drafted, but if not, then probably just keep trying. So,
I don't know if you're allowed to say this, but have you been interviewed by any AFL clubs yet who could be interested in drafting you?
yeah, I've had a few. I've had a few so far. Yeah, I had a few clubs I've talked to over Zoom or whatnot. So yeah, been pretty fortunate enough with that opportunity. So hopefully see if any more comes my way, and then obviously see what happens draft night. So
Yeah, no, that's all right.
I know you probably wouldn't want to say this or anything like that, but if you got drafted to a team, like what team do you want to be drafted to least?
not really sure. I know any of the 18 AFL clubs would be a great experience. You know, learn off some of the best and be at elite facilities. So I reckon there's a team I'd want to go to the least. Just obviously staying in Adelaide would be good. But, you know, I'd love the experience to be interstate as well. So there's not really a team in particular that I wouldn't want to go to because, you know, at the end of the day, it's an AFL club that you're playing for. So, you know, couldn't really ask for anything else. So.
Yeah.
Who do you think has the best mullet in the league? You've got the likes of Bailey Smith, Max Lynch, Lyndon Dunn.
I'd have to say Baz. I reckon, you know, he's had I'm sort of I had a bit of a crush on him ever since he's been in the AFL. So definitely based on mullet for years. But, you know, he's a great player, and, you know, but yeah, definitely what I'd say the best mullet in the game. So yeah, hopefully he doesn't cut it off because he's getting a fair bit of attention for it. So.
Do you think you'll knock him off the pedestal when you get into the leagues?
No, I reckon he's always, whether I get drafted or not, I reckon he's, you know, definitely got me for now. But hopefully, you know, I might take over him from, you know, if I'm an AFL club or not. Yeah, but hopefully it's a bit longer than he is, but got to see what happens. So.
Yeah, nice.
Out of every AFL club, like this is just in a supporter sort of way, who do you dislike the most?
Fan base. Well, I know the Pies can get pretty rowdy at times. So I know they're same as sort of the feral supporters or whatnot, but I know they're pretty. I guess they're just passionate in a way. But yeah, I think the Pies are probably a big one for me. But I know if I was fortunate enough to go to the Pies, you know, I wouldn't complain. You know, I reckon they got one of the best fan bases in AFL. So.
Tell you what, I'll be hoping you go to the Pies because then I've got something to brag about that we spoke to a Collingwood player.
Yeah, I just hope he goes to Melbourne, so then, you know.
There's see what happens, Liz.
Yeah. I had a question. What did you think of Matt Rao taking over a coaching role when he got injured?
It was pretty funny. I know that photo of him with that handbook and all that got around social media a fair bit. But it was pretty. Yeah, it was pretty weird at first seeing him 18, 19-year-old being at the coaching role. But he's obviously a great player both on and off the field, as you can see with a coaching gig. So I was pretty close to that when I did. So.
Yeah, obviously, Buckley and Hardwick copped a bit of slack a few years ago. Obviously, because Richmond and the Pies weren't doing too well. What do you think of them and how they sort of revitalised Richmond and the Pies sort of around the same time?
Yeah, they were obviously getting a fair bit of slack. You know, if they were making finals, you know, it wasn't real high up the ladder, and you know they probably weren't making finals actually. And then, you know, they sort of turned their team around and, you know, use their sort of halo they were getting as sort of motivation. You know, now they're two really massive clubs that are doing really well each year. So can't really complain with them two coaches. You know, so I think they definitely use their hate that they were getting as motivation. So yeah.
Would you like? Oh, go Zach.
No, it's so delayed. So I'm trying to talk and then he's talking. It's really delayed. So you go, Milty. You go.
All right. What do you think of the hubs at the moment? And would you like, if you were in the AFL this year, would you like to be in it, or would you prefer to stay home?
I reckon the hubs seem pretty cool at the moment. I know I've been watching a few videos or whatnot, and they're just sort of chilling up in the Gold Coast, playing a bit of table tennis or whatnot in their off time, or going fishing or whatnot. So seems pretty cool and unreal, but also sort of surreal at their own time, I guess, playing AFL up in the Gold Coast. But it seems pretty good. You know, I wouldn't mind doing that, but no, that's life. So whatever happens, happens. But yeah, it seems like a good life for them in the hub. So
Yeah, nice.
In the future, when you do get drafted, do you reckon you'll come back on this show, like on the podcast?
Well, it depends if you guys want me back on the show. But if you give me a text, you know, I'm sure you guys will be pretty big at the time. So yeah, I'll definitely come back on if you guys aren't busy enough. So yeah, you might have to hit me up if I get drafted. That is.
No, we'll definitely have you back on. Would love to.
Yeah, that's good.
I don't really have anything more. Do you have anything else, Zach?
Yeah, this probably could be like one of the last questions, but
No,
what would be your ideal, like, so from like first and in the draft, what would be the ideal spot to be drafted?
I think there probably isn't an ideal spot. You know, someone like me who, you know, is fortunate enough to be sort of in them talks of being drafted this year, you know, is pretty unreal in itself. So whether it's, you know, pick 20 or pick 70, you know, to be happy just to end up on an AFL list. But I know probably, either, you know, the first one to 3 rounds would be pretty good. But like I said, if I'm fortunate enough to be drafted, you know, I'd be happy. I'd be happy with whatever the numbers. So yeah, can't really complain with if my name does get called out at that night. So
I guess with that, I've got a question. With the draftees this year and anyone who's yet to debut, who can't you wait to see come through the ranks and possibly dominate the league?
Yeah, one of my you know good mates for a while now. Lockie Jones, been playing league footy at Eagles. He's a Port NGA, and I reckon he'll get snapped up, you know, pretty quick in the top 10. So yeah, he's obviously made a name of himself. You know, I can't really wait to see what he does at AFL level, because I reckon he's probably already made for it round 1. So I reckon he'll be right on the team. So
Yeah, that's fair enough.
I don't really have anything else to ask.
All right. Well, I guess that's all we've got for today.
No, that's right. Thanks, boys. Thanks for having me. I really appreciate it. All right.
Thanks for coming on, Caleb.
Guys, mate. Keep up the good work, boys.
You too.
Catch up.
See you, mate. See ya.
It's the best of vibes, we gon' blow your mind. It's the best of vibes, go to brand new heights.